Welcome back. This is Manchester United versus Real Sociedad preview. Europa League is our route to secure a spot in Europe next season. That's in the UEFA Champions League. After being knocked out in the FA Cup, the only hope that United have to qualify and play in Europe next season is just trying so hard and winning Europa League. That's just it. And you can see our first leg against Real Sociedad, we will be playing away at San Sebastian Stadium, which I know it's going to be a tough game, but the boost that United have against Real Sociedad going to this game tomorrow is that United are unbeaten in Europa League, winning 5 games and drawing 3. I think that's the boost that will build their confidence. Even though we were knocked out in the FA Cup, our performance in the Premier League is not that good. Looking at we're in the 14th position, so that boost that we are unbeaten in the Europa League and across Europe, I think that's the confidence that United will have going into this game against Real Sociedad. United and Real Sociedad are familiar in Europa League. They are familiar. I think in the last 2 meetings, United faced Real Sociedad at their home ground, the San Sebastian Stadium. United came out victorious. I think the first game was the first meeting was the 2020-2021 season. I think it was the group stage game. It was in the round of 32, where United smashed Real Sociedad 4-0 at the home ground. And I think the second meet was in 2022-23 season. Or in the group stage, it was in the group stage game where United smashed Real Sociedad again in their home ground 1-0. That shows that United have a good record against Real Sociedad at their home ground. They have a good record against Real Sociedad at their home ground. That's also a boost in their confidence, showing that at their home ground we have a good record, and going there we are going with no much fear. We're going with much confidence, with that winning mentality, that we can grab a win at their home ground. Also, look at Real Sociedad. They are inconsistent. Look at their position in the La Liga. They're in the ninth position. In the last, I think they have 34 points. Look at Manchester United in the Premier League. United have 33 points, and United in the 14th position. So look at the Real Sociedad last 5 games. They've only won 2 and lost 3. And the last defeat was against Barcelona, where Barcelona smashed them 4-0. So going to this game, Real Sociedad also will want to stand a chance and bounce back in winning ways, same as United after their defeat against Fulham in the penalties. So going to this game, both teams will want to bounce back to winning ways, and United are the most team that really want to bounce back to winning ways, because Europa League is their only hope that they have to qualify to secure a spot in Europe next season. So against Sociedad, as I said earlier, at the home ground, we have a good track record and we have come victorious twice in that home ground. I remember the game against them in the round of 32 where we smashed them 4-0. Bruno Fernandes scored 2 goals, and against them in the group stages where we scored 1-0, defeated them 1-0, Garnacho scored that goal. That shows all the players that scored against them are still there. So I'm confident, I'm optimistic United are going to smash Real Sociedad in their home ground. Even though performance hasn't been good, but in the Europa League, it's where performance has just been fantastic, has just been incredible. You can see in terms of chances created there, we're just getting a lot of chances. You can see shots on target just there, creating more of them, possession, just possessing so well. But in the Europa League, it's where in all the competition this season, there it's where United have just been, I would say, excellent, fantastic. They've just been 100% good, even though they started so bad. They didn't start so well with drawing 3 games in a row, and after that they went ahead and won 5 games in a row. That shows that United are really determined to get results when it comes to Europa League. And going to our striker, Rasmus Højlund, he has been our pivotal player in this Europa League. Looking at he has scored 5 goals in this competition. And look at the top scorers, he is among the top, I think the top 10. Looking at the first player that had the most goals, I think it's from Olympiacos. He has 7 goals, and Rasmus has 5. That shows in the Europa League, in terms of scoring goals, Rasmus has been good. Even though in the Premier League, He has a drought of goals, looking that he has gone, I think, 18 games without scoring goals. But in the Europa League, and also you saw it last season in the UEFA Champions League, he came out, even though we didn't manage to qualify for the round of 16. He scored 60 goals. That shows Rasmus Højlund in Europe is just good in terms of scoring goals. So I'll put my hope in him, and I'll really want for him to start in this game. Looking at I wanted Shido Obi Martin to start, but looking at the game against Fulham in the last 52 minutes that he played, he created some good chances. And if he could be available, he could have started, but it's unfortunate he won't be available. Reason being is because when Manchester United submitted the Europa League squad list, Chido Martin had not already made his first team debut for Manchester United, and also he also does not qualify in the UEFA B list, where a club register young players from the youth in their squad, because Chido Martin hasn't been here with the club for almost 2 years, because for a club to register a younger player, the player must have been with the club for almost 2 years. Look at Chido Martin; he just joined Manchester United last year in October. So unfortunate that we won't have him, and you can see in terms of depth there, won't have that good depth. At least we saw against Fulham where he came in the second half. So against the Sociedad, it seems like Hoyland will have just to play throughout, because there's no depth in terms of a striker. So, and also I'll say some bad news that are not that good with us, because Harry Maguire and Manuel Ugarte also won't be available the game against Sociedad, because they had a minor injuries against the game against Fulham. And I think in defense depth, I don't have much of a worry, because if Maguire won't be available, we have Mazro will play in that position. We have Aiden can play in that position. But in terms of midfield, Manuel Ugarte missing also is kind of big blow, because look at our depth, it's not that good. The only midfield that will be remaining with is Casemiro. No, Casemiro is not that good. Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, and the good news that Toby Kohler is back in training, and maybe him coming back in training will at least fill that gap of Manuel Ugarte not being available. So, and academy players, the only academy player that we have a midfielder is Jack Fletcher. Seiko Kone, I expect him to be in the squad, but being that also he hasn't made any first debut for Manchester United since, and he can't be in the squad. Was Manchester submitted the squad before he made his first debut, and he hasn't made his first debut. And also in the UEFA B list squad, he can't be selected because he hasn't been with the club for more than 2 years, being that he also was signed in the summer. I think the players that we have, I would say, are just good, and let's hope going at away at Real Sociedad, we will manage to secure a win. I'm optimistic with these players, because our record in Europe, Europa League, is just good, and that's what we are counting on. We haven't been defeated, and we'll want to continue with that winning streak going ahead when we face Real Sociedad. Aiden Heaven made his first debut against Fulham in the weekend, and he played so well. You could see he could stand the pressure. He managed the pressure so well, and seeing him again playing against Sociedad, maybe if he'll be coming the second half, will be something good, because you can see he's a player that we can depend on, we can rely on so well. So I think Amorim going to Real Sociedad, he wants to get a win. He wants to keep his winning record in the Europa League, since that in the last 3 games that he has started being in charge of Manchester United in the Europa League, he hasn't lost any game. So he'll want to keep a winning record. And also the away game, he wants to continue with his away record in the Europa League, and he want to get a win from these players. I know they will be motivated after that defeat against Fulham, and they will want to come and bounce back in winning ways, and try to grab some points away. I know playing away is kind of being an advantage, because if we get a draw at San Sebastian Stadium, and even if we get a win, we need to score more goals. I'll say like 2 goals, so that if we come at Old Trafford, even if we secure a draw, a nil-nil, even a 1-1, even if they score one, won't be bad. We'll have already qualified. But let's now focus. Let's just focus on the first leg, which will be tomorrow, and I'm optimistic with the win against Real Sociedad. I think that's all I had for you. Thank you for watching. Talk to you in the next one.